Sorry. It's one of those days. How do I say it? Don't let yourself be led by the world. You lead yourself. Let yourself lead. Take the time when you need to take the time. There is a reason and a season for everything in your life that goes on. Every circumstance, every situation, every person is a meaning, a why, a lesson, and an experience. Not just to learn and to grow, but to be better. To be a better, more evolved, whole person. I laid my head down when I was right before I started filming this, and I was just like, I didn't get enough sleep, I don't think. Everything's perfect the way it is. Me saying I didn't get enough sleep, I got enough sleep. Why? That was the amount of sleep I needed to get to be able to function how I'm functioning today. This idea of time constraints, of this idea of perfectionism, of always climbing, always reaching the top, always succeeding, it's false. It's an illusion. It's a construct of society. It's an abstract concept. It's just the way it is, you know? And because it's the way it is, and because it's just an abstract concept, it's fluid. It can change. You are fluid. You change every day, even if you don't think so. You're never the same person that you were the day before, or the day before that, or the day before that, day before that. You're not going to be the same person that you are today or tomorrow. I graduated nursing school last May. It's January. And I am blessed to have an income to where I didn't need to, I wasn't forced to take a position in the hospital right away. Because my nervous system, I'm just now realizing this, almost a year later, 6-7 months later, my nervous system was so fried by the time that I graduated. There was no way that was going to be sustainable for me. No freaking way. The lights, the sounds, the stimuli, the responsibility of having someone's life in your hands and still being a student when you're a graduate nurse. I mean, it literally is a whole new world. Because nursing school is just a past nursing school. You learn what it is being a nurse in an actual nursing setting. As the nurse, not the student. They're not the same. So anyways, if you feel like you're on a time budget, I like to call it with my ADHD. If you feel like you're on a time constraint, that you should be doing something right now, or that you're not doing what you should be doing right now. Okay, keyword should. I used to talk a lot to my therapist about this. This idea that I should be a better student. that I should be a better daughter, that I should have better time management as a person, as a student, if I want to get, A plus, right? Because that's a big thing in school, especially for nursing school, it seems. I don't freaking know why, because our motto, my motto is C's get degrees, and it's true. But for the vast majority of mostly girls, that A plus is what they aim for. And then feel like we are beholden to, okay, I graduate, so now this is just obviously the next step for me. Even if I'm not actually at the capacity that is needed to be of service like that and to be a damn good nurse. Because if your own cup ain't full, how are you going to fill someone else's? Huh? If your nervous system, if your heart and your mind are on the fritz right now, how is that going to benefit another person? How is that even going to benefit you? So it's time that we take this idea of these rigid boxes with the check marks and these rigid structures, these fixed ideas that we should be something, that we're not enough, that we need to be doing something else instead of what we're doing right now. Ask yourself how that's serving you. How's that benefiting you? That rigid, restrictive, constraining, anxiety. Like when you gotta get up in the morning and you have like alarm anxiety. And so it actually you just think constantly, oh, I gotta get up at 6 a.m. Oh, I gotta get up at 6 a.m. Oh, I gotta get up at 6 a.m. Whatever fucking time. And you're then you just start thinking, oh, well, I'm not a morning person. I'm not this. I'm not that. I didn't get enough this. I should have went to sleep earlier. I should have ate better. Oh, I shouldn't have drank water before bed because now I gotta get up and pee. And then I'm not gonna be able to go back to sleep or some shit. All these thoughts, all this rigidity. Do you see how rigid it is? And then you just shoot yourself in the foot because, well, now it's 6 a.m. and I barely slept. Because all I could think of was the time constraint. All I could think of was my alarm clock going, which, by the way, it's the 21st century. Change your alarm clock to a nice, harmonious sunrise or birds chirping, piano music, the horrific way to start your day, to start your nervous system. Right up. From rest unconscious to, holy fuck, what is that? I need to be up right now. And I know, because I was in the Marines, and that's kind of how we got up every morning. Lights. I mean, that was, to prepare for a combat zone, but it was a very high stress environment to make you calm under stress, so different situation. But anyways, you get my point. I think it's important in this world, in this day and age, especially people my age, in their late 20s, early 30s, just your 20s and 30s, 40s in general. It's important for us to pause, take a step back, analyze the situation. Is this benefiting me in somehow? All these constraints about what I think I should be doing, shouldn't be doing, time restraints, work deadlines, applications, bills, loans, debts, gotta get paid, that's what the mind thinks about, and that's the rat race, because it's just constantly going like this, it's not getting off. So, taking the rigid stuff that gives us anxiety and doesn't actually serve us, that keeps us constrained like this, needs to be let go of. Take the rigidity and make it fluid. You're the river that's flowing. Okay? You're the river flowing, the water. You're fluid. You're natural. You're just wavy gravy, man. You're going with the flow, wherever the path takes you. Woo, blah. And then there's some rocks in the way and some sediment. And maybe a beaver decided to make a dam, But does the water stop? Does the water ever actually stop? Does that rock? Does that dam actually prevent the water from continuing to be fluid, despite that being a rigid structure right there? No, it keeps being fluid. So just keep being fluid. Yeah, wavy gravy. That's the way to go. Yeah. You like that? I guess that's the message for now. Thanks, love you, bye. I'm not talking about just time constraints. That's just kind of what first came into my mind. But I'm talking any kind of restraint that puts you in some kind of box instead of freeing you. Like everyone wants to get an A+ on your exams. Is the world gonna end if you don't get an A+? Is the world gonna end if you get a B? Is the world gonna end if you fail? Do you know how many exams I failed? Not failed. Well, technically failed. I still passed them, but in nursing school you get below a 76, and that's failing. Most exams I just did average. Does that make me a shitty person somehow? Being a Marine, an elite warrior, we're held to a higher standard. And because we're held to a higher standard, we have higher standards for ourselves. So yeah, I kind of used to think I was not good enough because I didn't get an A or something. Till I realized all that matters is getting your degree. All that matters is passing grade. Not even that. All that matters is persevering, continuing on. And so there comes a point where how much is enough? How much are these restraints of any kind, any abstract idea, of who we think we should be? Not just what we think we should be doing right now, but who we think we should be in general. What we think we should have accomplished by now, or should accomplish in general. Even just doing the freaking laundry. If you're one of those people that like habits, one, amazing. That's fantastic. I don't know how you do that. I love you so much. I'm so jealous. But anyways, two, you have Thursday's laundry day or something. You don't do it that day. Are you a shitty person? Does that deserve to ruin your day and constrain your mind and your heart in any way because of this abstract idea of something? This abstract idea of something that's out of reach, we need to shoot for and attain and do? And how it just takes us out of the present moment, which is really all that exists, is the ever eternal, ever present right meow. Because you can't go back to the past. You can't go to the future. You're right freaking here, right freaking now, moment to moment. Just like water. Flow. Don't be constrained.